if a machine could create, does it matter if it never felt anything while doing it? There were times where I felt like a machine during my career. Did it work? It didn't. Instead, I left design for a number of years. How did I get back to creativity? By listening to the way I felt about design. Not looking at a structure, not looking at a method, not looking at a way to be, or learning too much from other designers before me. Only by listening to what I could offer as a designer and as a creative. Creativity needs emotion. If not, then what exactly are we here for? Hello, everyone. I'm Raissa Pardini. I'm a creative director from Italy. Ciao. Educator, artist. I've been living in London for the past 13 years. My work has always been about questioning creativity, observing techniques, observing trends, observing society, criticizing, breaking, rethinking, so the creative industry can be a better place for myself, but also for others. Let's have a look at this slide. Self-portrait, age maybe 4, blonde. I was a very hyperactive kid. My hyperactivity fueled my curiosity massively. I wanted more and more and more. That was a time of pure joy and raw creativity before clients, before deadlines, before pregnancies, and before TED Talks. So today we are questioning, what does it mean to create as humans and get us back to that inner kid? That kid was instinctual. That kid was vulnerable. That kid loved to take things apart to then learn how things could work. And I still do this to this day. This is my work, very chaotic. I just put a little bit of it. But this is where I'm coming from. When I felt like a machine thought, that kid's instincts was suppressed. I wasn't listening. I was learning the way I was meant to be, and then everything changed. I spent years and years reflecting on the art of unlearning. Unlearning means going back to a time when we had no filter, when nothing could stop us, and when our creativity was the boss, and it ran really, really wild. I did 3 internships, one in Milan, one in Berlin, one in London. I tried all of the industries, I tried all the cities, nothing worked. The work was solid, but it left me feeling very, very cold. Because there was something about me and about that designer that really didn't excite me. I was learning the right way of designing, so it felt really like I was working like a machine. The reality is that designer was replaceable. He had no soul, he had no feeling. Let's have a look at AI. Let's have a look at algorithms. Let's have a look at machines. They're very, very busy learning from us. These machines remind me of when I was very replaceable and I was a very cool designer. So I wonder, what happens if we do the opposite of learning? What happens if we let go? What if we trust the part of us that can be coded? Maybe that's how we rediscover the value of our unique humanity. Look at me now, 8 months pregnant, on stage with you today. Pregnancy is the purest literal form of human creativity, a masterclass in creation. So here's the question: does creativity need a womb and not a machine to exist in its purest form? What does it make? What difference does it make to be alive? Okay, let's talk about machines then. Yes. Let's talk about machines then. AI is here to stay with us and is learning how we create. It studies us, offers insights, suggests ideas, replicates patterns. I think of it as a supercharge. It speeds up, gets us to a place faster than before. But here's the exciting part. We have to tell AI where to go. AI can only go as far as we push it. It doesn't dream, it doesn't wonder, it doesn't feel. It can remix what exists, of course, but certainly it can't imagine what it hasn't been imagined, because that doesn't exist just yet. So here's something I thought was funny. When AI makes mistakes, they call it hallucinations. Isn't that funny? Hallucination. And you know what? That's probably closer to human creativity than we realize, because that's not the right way of doing things. You ended up somewhere you didn't intend to be. Hallucinating is very human. I'm sure some of you and some of us felt like starting to hallucinate at a 2 a.m. email thread. Art thrives in ambiguity. Art thrives in surprise and in chaos, while coding thrives in clarity, in order, in logic. That's why no matter how clever AI gets, it'll never be exactly like us. So that's where we come in. Our instinct, our curiosity, our chaos. That's the fuel AI can't create on its own. Maybe together we can reach heights we couldn't reach alone. But it's not about replacement, it's about amplification. A friend recently said something to me. Even if one day we could simulate everything in the universe perfectly, we'll still never know the why. And the why is where the magic of human life lives. AI is brilliant at how to make, how to solve, how to replicate. But the why, the meaning, the empathy, the curiosity, that's ours. While machines can go faster and faster, human happens in this beautiful, messy dance between hows and whys. But let's be honest, this dance isn't always graceful, is it? Sometimes it looks a little bit like I had too many pints of Guinness at a wedding and I'm trying to dance. It stumbles, it tangles, it collapses. But that's exactly where we feel the most alive. Instability isn't a flaw in creativity. Maybe it's the heartbeat of it. Creativity thrives in chaos, we said, while machines thrive in stable conditions. And that's why unlearning for me matters so much. Maybe chaos, maybe instability aren't the problem to fix. Maybe they are very amazing gift to embrace. Think of this. I've never been so excited in my life to start unlearning with my kid. I can't wait until the day they start drawing a cow with 7 legs and 5 eyes. Because why not? They are far from the conceptions that we learn over the years as adults. Maybe a cow with 5 eyes is more interesting than a cow with 2 eyes. Because, I mean, think about it. Why would I want 2 eyes if I can have 5? So, give yourself permission to create in chaos. AI learns, but as humans, we can unlearn. We have a choice. And in unlearning, we break patterns. And if we break patterns, we break through. Once I unlearned the rules, my creative voice was allowed to come through. Do you remember when I was telling you about giving yourself a permission to be yourself? That's exactly it. It changed my life, it changed my work, and it changed my career. And it's safe to say that I wouldn't be here on stage with you if I was to ignore that call. After that, my work started to have feeling. It started to breathe, it started to live, and soon people approached me for my work. It wasn't because it was correct, but because it had a life on its own. It felt like my work wasn't replaceable, and finally, I wasn't replaceable anymore. So what is this moment that we are in? Is this the first time in history where humans and machine are created side by side? So as we stroll through this uncanny valley together, ideas can move faster, bounce further, spread wider than ever before. Some days I found it very thrilling, but some other days I found it very overwhelming. But either way, it makes me ask, how do we keep creativity alive in the middle of this? Maybe this moment isn't a threat. Maybe this moment is a turning point, a rare chance to rethink not just how we create, but why do we create? AI might have and change our tools, but it doesn't change this truth. We still have the right and the responsibility to create with more life and feeling that we have up until this point. The creativity has that spark, has that life, has that feeling, and it's contagious. And the other thing is that life, that spark of creativity exists in all of us. Where we encourage it to come out in our work and in our practice, others see that it's possible. So I'm telling you, machine might dream of electric sheep, but we dream of futures that are not yet imagined. So here's the challenge. If a machine can imitate us, what can we do to protect what can be imitated? So here's the hope. Instead of fearing what AI can replace, let's embrace what it can't do. Our instinct, our empathy, our vulnerability, our deeply human way of creating. Because AI will keep imitating, but our job is to keep imagining. This week, I want you to unlearn something, just one thing. So next time you go and reach for a tool to make your life easier, pose. Try it the messy way. Try the human way. See what happens. Because you might just rediscover what only you can create. At the start of this talk, I ask you, if a machine could create something, does it matter if it never felt anything while doing it? I want to flip that now. If you were to create something, will it be different if you feel something while doing it? Because that's the part that machines still can't learn. Thank you.